Kareem.
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Good, thanks.
I am guessing that we're gonna get Tasha back.
Yeah, apparently she's told the world that.
That's what it seems like.
Better her to announce it, then she can't take it back now. So
I'm guessing this week of practice went well for her.
yeah, and each day we ramped up a little bit more. She did almost all of practice today, so it's been better every day.
Does that send Leia back to the reserves? Leilani?
She's not playing this weekend anyway.
Oh yeah, she's gone. Oh,
Yep.
Completely forgot. Sorry, my bad.
And I'm not telling you guys yet who we're starting. So
Okay, well, we'll come to back that on Saturday.
yep.
Can you just, we know Tosh very well, but can you kind of sum up, some of the underrated things that she brings to the floor that maybe we don't talk about as much that you guys miss when she's out?
Well, I think the fact that just on the offensive end, our pace of the game picks up because she pushes the ball so hard up the court in transition. We get out and run a little bit better. She throws it ahead and gets us, early post-ups for Tina or early pick and rolls. I think the pace of the game changes when she's in the game. On the defensive end, it gives us a bigger defender on other teams' wing players and guards. We can do a little bit more switching. We can, match up, with her and Ariel. Now we can play with our defensive matchups a little bit more. When we start a little bit smaller, it kind of, dictates a little bit more who we have to match up with. And when Tasha's in the lineup, we can be a lot more flexible. I think those are the two things that jump out the most at us. And then it gives you a guard who rebounds a little bit more. I mean, she's among the leaders in the league in the assist to turnover ratio. It's almost 3-to-1. It's like 2.7 or 8-to-1. I mean, that's a huge, thing to have on your team.
And just one last thing from me. I'm sure today you guys started a little bit more prep specifically for Chicago. Just a few key things that you guys have got to take care of to, to break this streak.
I think when we didn't spend a ton of time on Chicago as far as actual plays, but we talked about conceptually what we need to do. When we played them opening game, we were still kind of a mess. Not that we aren't occasionally lately, but we didn't, Sydney had just gotten there the day before or 2 days before, hadn't practiced really with us. We were so bad in that game in defensive transition. They got fast break points against us by getting out early and running. I thought our transition defense was probably as bad as it's been all season in that opening game. And so I think that's a big focus for us is, you can't let their wing players like Copper and DeShields and those kind of players get out and run against us. We're going to have to make them play in the half court defensively. And I thought once we did that, particularly in the second half against them, we did a really good job. We were terrible scoring the ball. I think we shot 25% for the game. I don't know if we've ever shot that poorly against anybody, but we were bad in that game from start to finish shooting the ball. We had maybe one little run early in the third quarter that, we looked like ourselves, but defensively, I thought we did a good job in the second half because we kept them out of just an up and down game. And I think that's probably the very first key on our list. Offensively, we just got to do a better job of spacing and moving the ball and getting the shots that we want and then knocking those down. Nobody on our team, except Erica McCall, if I recall, had a good game in that game offensively. And so we can just be so much better than we were offensively against them early in the season.
Cool. Thanks, Mike.
Jen.
Hey, Coach. If I have my days right, is today the day that you had to decide whether to re-sign Shatori and Megan?
Yeah, we just put it on social media earlier this morning, but we did re-sign both of them to 7-day contracts today.
And so that takes you to a few days after the break, right?
Yes, correct.
Great.
Correct.
Do you guys have you guys nailed down a little bit more of the plan for what you want the break to look like as far as when you'll be off and, how you'll ramp back up?
Yeah, we have. We're going to give our players off until They're going to be back on the court doing individual work and some group work on the 26th. So they're basically going to get 16 days off. I think they have to test 1 or 2 days when they come back. So we'll be doing that. And then that middle week of all of the 5 weeks will be kind of individual work, and they can play pickup, and we'll do some team stuff. And then the last 2 weeks will be more like a training camp situation. And hopefully we'll have guys to practice against during that time period. So it'll look more like a training camp situation the last 2 weeks.
And so for the, you know, however much of that training camp that the Olympians are going to miss before they're back, are you hoping they stay plugged in with you at all? Or are you telling them, you know, look, go focus on your national team and we'll get you back up to speed when you're back?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about them plugging in with us so much. For one thing, we're on opposite sides of the world in a time zone situation. So middle of the night for them will be middle of the day for us. So I'm hoping they sleep and do what they're supposed to do for their rest over there. And then when they get back, we're going to try to give them, you know, a couple days to get caught up and sleep and everything else. And we're going to go to Vegas 2 days ahead of the game. So hopefully they can get caught up maybe the last 3 or 4 days before we play a game. But they will be in shape. They will have been playing. I'm not concerned about that. We'll need those, you know, few days to go through with them, anything new we put in. And if we have new plays and stuff, we'll send those to them, give them some video to watch maybe on their way home from Tokyo. But I'm not going to spend much time worrying about them keeping up with us. Let them go enjoy the Olympic experience and do what they need to do for that.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
Christy?
Hey, Coach. My question was going to be about the 7-day re-ups for Shatori and Megan. And how does that work? Like, what are the, I guess, particulars about how that extends because of the break?
The break is kind of even if you're practicing, they don't count against the 7 days. So the rest of this week counts, and the first few days that we start playing games counts. So I don't remember the exact date, but I don't think they have to sign another 7-day until, I don't know, August 16th, 17th, somewhere in there, 18th. I don't remember the exact date, but it's a few days into the return to play. So the practice days during the break don't count against the 7-day.
Understood. And I heard you talking about the fast break points being a point of emphasis that Chicago had the last time you guys played. What things on the offensive side you want to see better? I know you said also that you did not shoot the ball well, but what have you been kind of honing in on as you approach the game on Saturday on the offensive side?
Spacing is one thing. The other is mixing between, you know, getting our guards some shots on the move, you know, coming off screens versus, you know, straight post ups for Tina versus pick and roll situations and some misdirection type of things that, you know, we've been trying to get better at. We just haven't had many practice days to break it down. This was a good couple days to just break down parts of our offense into, you know, 2, 3, and 4 man situations. Couldn't do many 5-man situations. We didn't have enough people, but
Right.
But, you know, just to break some things down, to, you know, to get some reps at things we haven't been able to do for almost a month.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yep.
That's it, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks.
Been hiding.
Listen, I've been here. I've been here just in the training room.
So we just don't get to see the work, huh?
Listen, you don't get to see the work, but we back. So you're seeing it now.
Good. Glad to see you back. Glad to hear you're healthy. That's the first question. You know, how you feeling? You close to 100%, or are you like close enough?
We're close enough. we're close enough where I tried to go this past game, but with my Achilles flaring up, it just wasn't worth the risk. So taking an extra week in between this game has been really good for me, just to get everything kind of calmed down and ready for our game on Saturday.
So has the Achilles been part of it the whole time?
No, it's just from overcompensating. So I really twisted my ankle really bad, sprained it on both sides of my ankle. So that's where this has taken a little bit longer for me to get back, is just because I did have a sprain on both sides. And then the Achilles came in because I was overcompensating because of those 2 sprains. Just in like everyday walking, I was overcompensating. So we finally got that to calm down, and I've been able to go the last 3 days of practice, which has been good for me.
Cool. That makes sense. Happens with a lot of injuries like that,
Yeah.
start favoring something else.
Absolutely.
Is it weird to come back for one game and then all of a sudden have this long break? How do you approach that part?
It's definitely weird. Obviously I didn't want to be out this long. I really did try to go back in that the Indiana game, but it just didn't pan out. So it's definitely a weird situation, but it's a really good situation. We haven't gotten as many wins in this stretch of me being out as we would have liked to, but we've battled. Everyone's gotten better. This week off has given us a chance to kind of just dial back and fix some things that we've been needing to fix and to feel confident going into Saturday. So while it's weird, it's really good. And so I'll play this Saturday, and then I'll have the Olympic break to really just heal up and be 100% for the time that we do come back for the second half of the season.
That was going to be my next question. So after Saturday, do you kind of basically go back into rest mode, or do you still kind of do some individual work, just considering you've just been out so long already?
Yeah, so it's going to be just a trial and error. We're going to see how Saturday goes for me. But I need rest. I still have a sprained ankle on both sides. I'm not at that 100%. So rest, but still being productive during that rest and making sure that I'm doing, what I need to do to make sure this ankle is strong and healthy for when we do get back.
Cool. And just one last thing from me. I'm curious, what did you take from the time being out? We all watch you. You didn't sit down the entire time in any of those games. So you're
It
clearly
really made me tape
involved.
for the game still. They were like, you're not going out there. We know you. You got to tape for these games still. But it was good. It was really good for me to sit back and watch. Obviously, I'm the point guard on the court and the vocal leader of this team. So to be able to sit back and really digest, okay, this is where we need to be better. This is where I can be better for us. Being able to, tell teammates here and there, okay, we can be better in these areas. It was really good for me to just sit back and see from a coaching standpoint of things that we need to fix to get better at, because there's always that next level that we can get to.
Okay, I lied. Follow on that one. Just what are the things that you noticed specifically?
Defense. We got to take pride in our defense first and foremost, and our defense will create our offense. Offensively, we need more fluidity. We can't depend on Tina to take every possession every single night. Everyone has to be included in our offensive sets and doing their part in offense. And that comes with us being spaced and being spread and giving us, driving lanes to get to, because when we can get 2 feet in the paint, we're a really good team. Because we have guards that are able to find open shooters or open post players. Our posts are really good passers as well. So definitely our spacing, our fluidity, not coming down and passing and shooting off that initial pass, really making teams work side to side on the defensive end. And then again, our defense, we got to get up, we got to pressure people, we got to make people uncomfortable and get back to that, of that being our identity.
Cool. That's perfect. Good to have you back. I'll shut up now.
Thank you, Kareem.